to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Saints going up against the Browns.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. They'll run it with Johnson. Shy of the 30. Back-to-back 14 yards and another first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Red zone opportunity. In motion comes the tight end left. A first down carry here for Johnson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns have taken the early lead. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. and not great starting field position here for the offense. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at his own 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. But things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean,
and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. 2nd down following the run. Here's Locke. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff. Johnson. I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So now a 1st and 20. To throw is Lott. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. The penalty set him back. Now a big play moves him forward. It's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They give to Johnson going right. And some space here. There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, 37 yards. And the
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right, and avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Christian Kirksey coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. It's complete to Snead. And, he'll be shoved to the turf that time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. toss. Here's Johnson. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. Fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. On second down, Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Coleman, the man in motion left. On first down, it's Locke. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, here's Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. Out of the gun, Locke. Dumping it off for Johnson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Lambeau will put this one through. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the lead has gotten even bigger. The Texans, they've got it in cruise control right now. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll look to throw here. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And he motions the wide receiver. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard, right at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Love. He's going to look deep for Watkins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 45 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Back to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now it's Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a play fake, and it's Love. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now a first down throw. Luck underneath for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They start the second half with Kamara. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. A shotgun snap for Love. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sammy Watkins there to make the grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll come out in the pistol. From the gun, here's Love. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And considered here, it will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They go to Johnson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Luck. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Room to run past midfield. And Josh Hill has it. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
After the interception, it's Luck. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And down inside the 15 he goes. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. is Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one. And
so they'll get another shot on offense following that. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He's out of bounds at his own 1 yard line.
Your face. He did get it out to the 1 yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. From the end zone, Luck. And he is out of bounds just shy of the 20. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And so there goes Duke Johnson. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, 81 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Flanner. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Shift together here from the D-line. In motion right is Watkins. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now it's Luck off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Johnson, he's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is. The things you have to do to win a game. And that comes up in that meeting. Then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll let it fly, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn his first touchdown in a Saints uniform. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Lutz now to kick this one away. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Now Luck to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That's Njoku over the middle. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Luck. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, 58 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Coleman, the man in motion left. Luck. Forced out to his left. And he finds who else? Watkins. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Andrew Luck, 4 fourth quarter comebacks in 2016. May need more than luck to pull this one off.
What he'll need is that accuracy that he's looking for in delivering the football downfield and the ability to control the clock.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Luck now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now it's Luck. He gets it left side to Johnson. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Now Luck. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. And it was the Patriots that wound up winners in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pardon me, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Johnson. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
Every running back that played against him hated the experience as he netted the most tackles for a loss of any player this year and setting a new school record along the way. As Matt Miller put it, he has a knack for watching the ball, never being fooled by the play action, and getting to the ball carrier in the backfield. He had the ability to single-handedly shut down an opponent's rushing attack in school, but we'll see if that translates to the NFL.
Seahawks have just made Bradford their newest player.
He was credited with having one of the biggest plays in college football this season. Late in the game, he picked off the quarterback and ran the entire field to score the game-winning touchdown. He did everything a coach would want to see, from baiting the quarterback to reading the downfield blocks. He flashed enough playmaking ability in that game and the remainder of the season to draw a lot of interest this offseason. This team has to be pretty happy with this pick.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Here's a guy who never quite lived up to expectations throughout the season until a solid late performance acted as the catalyst to this pre-draft hype. He followed up the strong late season performance with a stronger pro day, leading many teams to move him up their big boards. One GM I talked to felt his renewed confidence could be attributed to his performance in that late season game, stating, quote, "It was the shot in the arm he needed to begin believing in his abilities again," close quote. If he can continue to conquer the self-doubt that has held his game back in the past, he could be a formidable NFL wideout. He'll be a player to keep an eye on as the preseason approaches.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
Matt Miller and a number of other scouts told me he was their favorite offensive lineman to watch at the All-Star game. Following a great senior year, he came into All-Star week looking like one of the better lineman prospects this year. And right from the start, the coaches challenged him using blitz packages and other stunts to see how he would react. He handled everything that was thrown at him and not once looked overwhelmed or gassed from the extra attention. Todd McShay tells me he looked like a dominant force on the line, keeping the quarterback clean and opening holes for the tailback to run through. He should be a great fit on this team's offensive line and possibly a day one starter.
Rams have just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
He's the type of offensive lineman that doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy who knows how to play mistake-free at the line. In fact, he won a stretch of games this season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for any college offensive lineman, and it's no wonder to see a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles are stronger than any lineman in this class.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. Bears are blazing a trail here. They just made Grimes their newest player.
Long talked about as a top 3 defensive back prospect, his draft stock fell dramatically after a series of consecutive struggles late in the season against inferior wide receivers. Many speculated that these struggles were due to a series of nagging injuries, a theory which may have been validated by his strong performance at his pro day. I was able to talk with several GMs about him at the Combine, and they told me he possesses the raw physical skills needed to become a top-tier NFL defensive back. 3 skills in particular were mentioned by every GM I spoke to: exceptional physicality at the line of scrimmage, a nose for the ball, and better hands than most receivers they've seen and scouted. The reason for his collegiate struggles may forever be shrouded in mystery, but they'll soon be forgotten if he's able to realize his full football potential.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
Some interesting news came out of his pro day when coaches called the workout off early. He was beginning to show signs of exhaustion, and they were worried he wouldn't be able to make it through the rest of the planned drills. Workhorse running backs are becoming a rarity in the league, but you want to see your tailbacks have enough stamina to play an entire game. He's going to need a lot more conditioning, and we'll see if he can be ready for the team's training camp.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The The Redskins are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Reynolds is now off the board, Adam. What do you have on him?
This kid is an explosive defensive talent. Sadly for fans of college football, his career came to an abrupt end after he suffered a grade 3 groin tear while attempting to make a tackle. After surgery, weeks of intensive, platelet-rich plasma therapy, and months of strength training of the affected area, he looked like his old self when he took the field for his pro day. Some scouts in attendance even felt as though he looked stronger and faster than before the injury. I'd expect him to get reps with the first-team defense come training camp, and don't be surprised to see him starting in Week 1.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock.